I have it on Do Not Disturb, okay? I'm not letting this shit happen again. Okay, so this video is technically going to be leading up to the next video. This is going to be like a two-parter kind of thing, like my tattoo videos. It's time for some truth, okay? It's time for some truth, and it's confession time, and my confession is very well known in our group of friends. I was extremely sheltered as a child to video games, okay? My 9th grade year of high school, 2005, okay? 2005. You know what you were playing, right? Okay. Let me tell you this, in 2005, I was dating a guy in 9th grade, and I went over to his house. And he had this weird black thing sitting up on top of his TV. You know what it was? I thought it was a DVD player. This thing was called a PS2. I was like, what the hell is that? The fuck's a PS2? Now, me, I had a PlayStation. I didn't know it was called PS. It was gray, it was bulky, and it was called a PlayStation. So I go over to his house, and he has a PlayStation 2 on top of his TV, and it's sitting up vertical, okay? This, to me, is astounding. What the fuck is a PS2? I thought it was a DVD player. Starts laughing his ass off at me. In our group of friends, we were talking about the games that we played, and I didn't recognize a whole lot of the game titles they were talking about, and all of a sudden, Craig, we met in my 9th grade year, was talking to another dude, and I heard him bring up Halo, and I was like, oh shit, I can get on this conversation. Now, at that point in time, I thought Halo was the shit. Not like top shit, but it was the shit, okay? It was like medium the shit, alright? I got in on the conversation, and I heard him say Halo sucks, and I was like, I'm offended. The shit? You don't like Halo? The fuck's wrong with you? In my naive mind, keep in mind, I only knew of a couple of games. Halo was one of them, and then there was Deus Ex Invisible War. At this point in time, I did not know that there was a previous Deus Ex. And then, of course, there was a couple puzzle games and shit like that, Star Wars games and crap. I didn't think nothing of it. At home, I had a PlayStation. Now, I had, as Craig calls them, the starter golden oldies. I had GoldenEye 007, which I played 100 fucking times. I had all of the Pro Skaters. I had the Tomb Raiders. And then I had a couple, well, I had Gubble. I don't know if a whole lot of y'all know about Gubble, but Gubble was a pretty fun, little puzzle game for its time. I went back and played it the other day and thought to myself, this was a lot more fun when I was naive. It really was. Anyway, going back onto the topic here. I had the Tomb Raiders, I had the Namco Museum and shit like that, but that was really about all I knew. I mean, as far as computer games, the most I knew is the Tarzan game that came with the movie. You know, and you're jumping around on the cliffs and shit, trying to, monkeys and bananas and shit. I knew about playing Clue on the computer. You know, like the board game. But that's all I really knew. That's all I knew. I'm being legit. Craig's over here playing, like, Prince of Persia in this era. I don't even know what Prince of Persia is. I had 1602 AD. I mean, this little game right here was kind of fun, but in all honesty, it didn't beat Caesar 3. But here's the funny part. It's called Caesar 3. I thought that was the legit name of it. Caesar 3. No reason for the 3, just 3. I didn't know there was a Caesar and a Caesar 2. I just thought it was called Caesar 3 for no fucking reason. Okay? That's how sheltered I was. Now that I'm not as naive as I was, I can say that the first Halo was good. Not great. It was okay. Just okay. But they should have stopped with the first one. Now I know, legally, they had to do the contract thingy where they had to come out with multiple ones, yada yada yada. But they could at least tried, okay? They could have at least fucking tried. Each one got worse than the last. And this is my opinion, and Who is it that says it to me? Everybody has opinions and everybody has assholes. You know, opinions are like assholes. I'm gonna let you finish the concept, okay? Now, one of my favorites when I was little was, obviously, I liked the Namco Museum. It was the greatest thing to me. And now, I know I haven't went in depth about my childhood and the shit that I have gone through that has led me to be this crazy son of a bitch that I am today. But the Namco Museum, the ultimate classics of the classics, was what I turned to the most. I knew nothing of Medal of Honor. Alright? I knew none of this shit. I actually legitimately have a tote sitting down here by me right now that is full of all kinds of shit. But you know how many of them are mine? That book and that stack. That's it. That's all I have. That's how sheltered I was. Now, I had Croc in there. Okay? I had Croc. I don't know if it's fair to say I had Pong, because to be fair, everybody had Pong. So, this is what I'm explaining to you. I was sheltered, okay? I had no idea what Command & Conquer was. Here's the thing. When me and Craig first started becoming friends, because we were best friends before we started dating, okay? When we first started becoming friends, and Craig has told me this numerous times, about the games that I played when I was at home, being like Tony Hawk and Deus Ex Invisible War that I fucking loved. I loved it more than Halo. I loved the Tomb Raider games and shit like that. He said that in his head, he thought, I'm gonna make a gamer out of this girl. I'm gonna do it. And I laugh my ass off every time he tells that story, because he gets this, he said he had like this thought in his head. It's like, this is gonna be my girl, and I'm gonna turn her into a gamer. He said, because I played the basics of the best for starting to get into being a gamer, I guess. I'm not really 100% sure. Now, we have finited my taste, and keep in mind, how old am I? What year is this? 2019? I'm gonna be 29 this year, okay? And we have carved out my path of games, and Craig has said that for the last few years, since we got married, since we were dating, I am a gamer. There is no way you could have called me a gamer in my childhood, okay? Gamers don't play Tarzan trying to get fucking bananas, alright? But that's how sheltered I was. But I did have a few games that when my childhood reached its darkest, when my medical problems reached their highest, I had games that I would turn to. Because even though I didn't know it was a common thing for most people to delve into video games to escape reality, because for me, that was typically artwork. You know, my art. So when I dove into a game, I dove into the classics. Like the classics that even I knew were the classics, okay? Like Galaga. Alright, so this is the explanation for the next video. Because we are going to be playing the one and the only. It's not even on this damn cover. It's not. We're going to be playing Toy Pop. Okay? This was the game that I spent my childhood playing. When I felt like the world didn't need me at that moment, I went and played Toy Pop. I didn't play Tomb Raider. I didn't play Invisible War. I played Toy Pop and Galaga and Pac-Man. I have Tetris 99 on the Switch right now, okay? I played the classics of the classics. I didn't know they were the classics, but to me, I knew that with it saying Namco Museum, I was like, this has got to be a big deal, right? And I loved it. I fucking loved it. And you want to know what the best part is? I was sitting here playing Toy Pop the other day. Both my kids beside me, okay? And they are like, Mommy, what are you playing? I never thought I'd see the day that my two sons took my computer from me to play Pac-Man. This is 2019, okay? This is something I have always wanted to see, is my kids playing the games I played when I was their age. How many people can say that they get to see that? My kids were fighting over the controller to be Pac-Man. That was phenomenal to me. I was standing over there just vaping, and it was blowing my mind that Matthew and Noah were fighting over the controller of who got to be Pac-Man next. Now, they don't know it's a competitive thing quite yet. They think they're just trying to beat the game, not necessarily each other's scores. But to me, it was, oh, that was the prime light right there. So, with that being said, we are playing Toy Pop next. And I want you to come watch. Love you.